it having been a full moon, we've been going through so many shifts, and it feels just like one after the other. And so many people are having these different experiences physiologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and they're trying to identify the root causes of these things in old paradigms with old language and old systems. And they're becoming more and more frustrated that they can't figure out what is wrong with them. And I would just like to say to those people, there is nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Hi, and welcome back. It's August the 11th, 2025. We have just moved through a full moon. In fact, it's 7 o'clock in the morning here in Callander-Spiritual, British Columbia, and you can still see the full moon completely in the sky, even though the sun is up. It's so funny, my soul sister and I have talked about that before, that when we were children, we don't ever remember seeing the moon and the sun in the sky at the same time, and now it feels very commonplace. So these tiny little shifts that are happening that I think many people don't even talk about or acknowledge, they're happening. They're in the background. And I think that the more and more people awaken to this new projection, we're gonna have more and more people talking about the stuff that they're noticing. And I think that that's going to be a very cohesive conversation. It's going to bring people together, the commonalities of the little things that are happening that many of us haven't even considered, thought of, or maybe had time to talk about. So let's get to this walk. Dogs are already outside, happy as can be. It's still nice and cool. It's 22 degrees. It should be about 38 or 39 degrees Celsius today, so we had to get out here early. Let's get to it. Okay, see it? There. There's the moon. Okay. We're just gonna, I know it feels a little bit sickening. And there is the sun. It's craziness. The dogs are so happy. They haven't been out in a couple of days, and it's so nice out here. You can hear the wind blowing through the trees and the grass, and there's a smell of wildfire smoke, but not very strong. Not like it has been in the past. We've been so fortunate here, at least, and we have had our fair share of wildfires, so we understand and have empathy for people who are really going through it right now. So back to this moon and the sun and the sky at the same time, and especially full moon. It having been a full moon, we've been going through so many shifts, and it feels just like one after the other. And so many people are having these different experiences physiologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and they're trying to identify the root causes of these things in old paradigms with old language and old systems. And they're becoming more and more frustrated that they can't figure out what is wrong with them. And I would just like to say to those people, there is nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You are a energetic being that is realigning to the environment that you are projecting, existing, illuminating within. So give yourself some grace and have some faith and trust in your body, and do kind things for yourself. Eat whole foods, drink more water. get fresh air at the very least. Get outside. Ground in nature. That is the only thing that I find cures everything for me. Absolutely everything. Every pain, every headache, every sadness, anything that I have is just lifted away when I'm outside in nature, especially around the trees that speak. That speak so clearly. Let me show you. So many people struggle to find the reasons why they are experiencing what they're experiencing. And the go-to has been, in at least Western society, has been the medical system, which we know is flawed and deceptive, not only to patients, but to the people who paid large sums of money to go to school. And there are certain situations where, of course, medical systems and training are absolutely beneficial, but I think that it needs to be incorporated with, not separate from, the energetic being that we are. So incorporate that information into the training and education and experience so that you have a more holistic and supportive healing modality. I mean, when you think about all the centuries, thousands of years of knowledge and wisdom that the earth has, and that the plants that grow and that are here to support us, and that we don't even use a fraction of them. Same as the energy that is what we actually are. So infusing ourselves with the very essence and core being of the source of everything, of all that is, how could you go wrong? And at the very least, it's worth a shot, right? I guess, how badly do you want to feel better? And how hard is this being outside in fresh air? Find your spot, find your place, do what you can. You're worth it. That you're able to discern much more quickly what is authentic and inauthentic, what is in your highest good, what is not, and that you can pivot yourself away without drama, without chaos or issues. Just pivot yourself away. Stay in the flow of this momentum that's building for our highest good, to move us where we're meant to be. We're always within ourselves. Just don't let your mind take you off track. The dogs always like to be a part of everything and must make the most noise possible to get attention. And I think that that's kind of like the message of the world. Sometimes all that noise, all that chaos is just trying to get your attention. It doesn't mean you have to give it away. Choose wisely where you focus your attention, but also what you're around, because it's scientifically proven that being around dense, heavier, lower frequency will pull a high frequency down. And we don't need to be slowed down right now. We have missions to fulfill. We have a purpose, and we are rising, and we won't be stopped. And man, that feels so good for a change. So good. Okay. And speaking about being discerning and really having that clarity to know where to invest your energy and where not to, and where to like pull back from. I was listening to a podcast, I think it's Modern Wisdom with Chris Williamson. And it was funny, it struck me because this is a common thing that comes up in, you know, different counseling, training, psychology, all of this training and education. The idea that we outgrow, we should outgrow. We're supposed to be evolving, transforming, and learning new things and having new experiences, which are shifting, right? Shifting our interests, our belief systems, our values. All of these things should be evolving. And so he discusses and talks about a lonely chapter where you outgrow old friends and old habits, and how oftentimes people perceive that they're the only ones who are going through this, when reality is if you're evolving and transforming, as I've said many times in my videos, you will find yourself alone. And like there's a period of time in between spaces where you've outgrown people, environments, jobs, different things, but you're not quite where you are fully in the form that you want to be in. And it feels lonely. And I think that the more comfortable you get with that period of time, you realize that it isn't lonely. Like for me anyway, it's not lonely that I'm experiencing, it's being okay with being alone. Because then you're going to attract other people who don't need you, who enjoy being with you, who respect you, who reciprocate with you, because you're not needing something from someone else to fulfill you in any way. So enjoy the lonely chapter. Fall in love with yourself. If you want someone else to fall in love with you, you really need to love who you are before that can truly, truly happen. And if it doesn't, that's okay, because you've got your number one with you all the time. The one who should always have your back, thinking about your best interests, making sure that the basic needs are met, planning joyful experiences, problem solving, crow confirming. I love it. So allow this fast movement, it feels fast, allow it to wash away things that are clogging up your filter, and start to see things clearly and be more discerning, and be alone and enjoy it. Get to know yourself. Do things you haven't done before. Take yourself out on a date. Go out, have some adventures. Do all of those things before you rush into any other relationship or friendship or anything like that. Because honestly, coming from experience, as a 55-year-old woman who's had many, many, many times of being brokenhearted and angry and frustrated and feeling sad and lonely, it all passes. And you're only going to be left with you. That's one thing in life that's guaranteed. Things change. Nothing stays the same. So be good to yourself, because you're the one person who's coming on the ride with you the whole way. Okay. Until next time, everyone, stay safe and stay connected, and we'll see you really soon. Bye.